Hi lovelies, Bri here. Welcome back. Today we are kicking off with a rebrand of my old series Tea with Bri, where every last Tuesday of the month I will be updating you on all the TSW and X Zone news that I can. But as you know, it takes a group effort. So before I jump into this first episode, know I am posting a link in the description where you can go anytime to let me know about emerging and relevant TSW and eczema news. I am always excited to hear about people and things happening in this community, so don't forget to share. And at the end of every roundup, I will have quite a bit to say about my own updates, including my health. However, moving on to our first November roundup, I am kicking it off with my film, Still Preventable. She premiered on November 1st, and she is almost 11,000 views strong. The messages I've received are so lovely, and the support means so much. Look at what we can accomplish if we work together. I am also so sorry if you could hear banging in this video. I've been waiting all day to try and make this, and my lights stopped working. So yeah, if you can hear any of that, I'm so sorry. Next up, we have Anthony Lexa and her new single, Terrified, which is being adapted into a campaign with Changing Faces. Definitely grab some merch from them. It is a worthy charity, one that deserves all the love and support that we can give. Thank you, Changing Faces, and the merch link will be in the description box. Moving on to Bethany, who is one of the contributors in my film Still Preventable. She has put together a simple but powerful carousel on her Instagram. It showcases what people can do for their TSW loved one. I highly recommend you check it out, and I'm posting the link below. Basically, anything I talk about will be linked below. Also, there's a news article that is almost fresh off the press that is highlighting a TSW warrior named Elsie May. I don't feel the article gave too much space to provoke TSW conversation, but awareness is awareness, a win is a win. And speaking of wins, Amy and I were able to run a half marathon together this November, and we raised almost $3,000 for ITSAN. And I'm so grateful to my sponsor, Aproderm, who not only helped me get down to Sheffield, where the half was, but they also donated to the cause. Continuing on, if you're more into reading than to listening, on Instagram, the International Topical Steroid Withdrawal Organization has you covered. Whenever they're able to put out content, they have the coolest magazine ever that has so much news and so much awareness involved. It will pair nicely with this YouTube series. I'd also like to shout out Aaliyah's Instagram, where she has interviewed so many people surrounding CAP therapy, or cold atmospheric plasma therapy. The only true CAP clinics are Run Through J, which are in Bangkok, in Singapore, and in Winchester here in the UK. I highlighted this a bit in my film, Still Preventable. It is fascinating stuff backed by science, so go check out her Instagram if you want to learn more. As for me and my broken out skin, I absolutely need some TLC this December. Editing the documentary through the summer as well as into the fall was emotionally, physically, and financially so draining. My body feels it and screams it in so many ways. If you did watch the documentary or just want to support my content in general, I do have a link to my Buy Bri coffee in the description below. Any little bit that's contributed is a lot in my book. But always note that my content is always free, and it's free for a reason. This is already tough enough what we go through. But on that note, I also understand that my personal time is precious, and so is the decade of knowledge I've accumulated over the years. If you're wanting a more one-on-one conversation, deep diving into anything that you have concerning TSW, I'll be putting together a small consultation fee for this exact purpose. I'll be happy to assist you in any way that I can, and you will have my full undivided attention. Otherwise, I have mountains and mountains of content on my YouTube that I hope can answer all of your questions. And to end this episode, I have the biggest question of all. How do we know if we have TSW? I'm not just talking about the normal TSW symptoms. I'm talking about the obscure scenarios like Roots. She minimally touched steroids over the past 6 years, like one-time applications and only using hydrocortisone. But this past August, she went to a GP who prescribed her mometasone, and she used it one time on both legs. And after 4 days, she went from this to this. It spread everywhere and is showing like major TSW symptoms. I feel so heartbroken for her because I would be just as confused if this was happening to me. How could TSW come on so quickly? I did tell her to go get a fungal swab to see if she had a fungal infection because, as we know, steroids can make fungal infections worse. And this is why we need research into TSW. I did hear from a bird that there is another university here in the UK that is trying to study TSW. Let's just hope others follow suit. I think TSW is so fascinating through the eyes of science, and I don't understand why others don't really want to look into it. It needs to be studied, and it needs to be studied now. But that's all I have for you right now, guys, in this semi-premiere new series I have going on, with loud banging in the background and my lights not working. Next month's won't be very long because it's the holidays, but I will update you as much as I can. And hopefully we will have a better scenario than this. I look forward to seeing you then. I love you, I see you, I am you. Till next time.